Hello, good evening, everyone, and wish you all a very happy Republic Day. Wish you all a very happy Republic Day. Okay, and let me check whether I am there live or not. Yes, I am live, and we are here, guys. Today is a very special day for us, all of our Indians, and I have decided, means on Creative Corner our channel, we have decided to make it a big day for us because in 2020, because of the COVID situation, the usual Olympiad, means the Chess Olympiad, did not happen, which was a very prestigious event, you can say, which is a very prestigious event, and every year, every after 2 years it happens. Indian team always participates in it, and it is a very big thing. You can say like it's like the World Cup of cricket or something like that, same way, or the Olympic Games, just like that. Chess has a different segment, you can say. Chess is not included in Olympics, but it has its own Olympiad where more than 180 countries participate, and in that big pool, you can say, if your country manages to win the gold medal, then it is a big thing for us. So guys, this is first thing which I want to tell you. And our Indian team in 2020 won the gold medal, joint gold medal, you can say, with Russia, because in the last round there were some problems were there. That's why the match could not complete. But World Chess Federation declared Russia as well as India the joint winners, and that's why we can say like we are the we truly deserve that thing. One thing is like we truly deserve to win the gold medal because we won against many strong player teams, including China. Also we won against Georgia, we won against Armenia, and in the final round we were against Russia. So step by step, right from the like you can say the initial stages, we were dominating. Okay, Ronak is here. Good to see you, Ronak. And laptop PC is also here. I hope that you will get your monitor also over here. नमस्ते नमस्ते. I was just kidding. So सबको यहाँ पे रिपब्लिक डे की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं. Okay, नमस्ते. Yes. So it's a very special day for all of us, and today we will be discussing what happened in this Olympiad. How did the Indian team? So first of all, before we go further, okay, okay, before we go further, is there a Menti? I don't know. Okay, okay, I was just kidding. Okay, that time. So before we go further, what was our Indian team? I just want to tell you that this was the Indian team. You can see it on the screen. These were the guys who played in our Indian team. First one is obviously, you can see over here, he is the World Chess Champion Vishwanathan Anand on the left side. Besides him, our India number 3 right now, he is Vidit Gujarati. And after that, Pentala Harikrishna was also playing in the part of the team. He was among the men's team. Okay. And after that, our Indian National Chess Champion Arvind Chidambaram was there. And then you can see two guys who are youngsters in the team. You can say the most youngsters, they have a great future, I will say. Both are grandmasters. One of them is on the right side. You can see that his name is Pragnananda. He is the bright star of India, and he has become India's youngest international master also. He is one of the youngest grandmasters also. And besides him is Nihal Sarin. Okay, he is already in top players in India, and all this men's team, you can say youngsters were included, and then men's team was included with this, and our girls team, or you can say the women's team, was also there, which was very strong and which was led by, you can see on the left side, Konero Hampi was the leader. Then you can see Harika Dronali was the second player, who is one of the best players in India. Then Bhakti Kulkarni was there. Yes, Karthik. No, there is no Karthik. Vishwanathan khel rahe hai kya? Yeah, Karthik Singh in this Olympiad team, Vishwanathan Anand sir played definitely. I am just talking about the team composition, what was our men's team, which was our women's team, so that you will get some idea, because this online chess Olympiad happened in 2020, and this is just like the revisiting those memories. We'll be looking at some of the interesting games which happened in this whole Olympiad. Okay, I hope that you will be here with me, and you will definitely enjoy. Okay. Karthik, I don't understand what do you mean by mentee. You are talking about many times mentee. I don't understand what is mentee. Okay, so coming back to this thing, I was talking about Bhakti Kulkarni. She is from Goa, and she is a grandmaster, women's grandmaster. Besides her, you can see her name is Vaishali. She is the sister of Pragnananda, who was I was talking about him on the right side. He was there. They are siblings. They are the part of Indian team also. It's a big thing. She is also grandmaster. Before after her is Vantika Agarwal. She is the women international master. Then the bright youngster Divya Deshmukh is there, and she is also quite like strong. And this team, okay, this team played in the Olympiad and they won gold medal for us. So what happened in the first round and in the first phase, that the knockout stage was there, India managed to beat China in a very convincing way, and then we became like the leaders of our pool. Then after that we went into the quarterfinals. There also we won against quite this all a quiz. I know this all a quiz. No, this is not any quiz. I'm just talking about what happened in the Olympiad. Okay. And one thing was there in the quarterfinals, we played against Armenia. That was a nail beating match, I will say. In quarterfinals we managed to win against Armenia in very great fashion, and after that after winning in quarterfinals, in semi-finals we played against Poland, and that match went into the tie breaks, I'll say. In that tie break, Kunjaro Hampi played a very important match, and she won the match. We are going to look at that game also. So let's see one by one what happened and what not happened in the entry level. You can say the selection tournaments were there. In selection tournaments some interesting games happened, and we will be looking at some of them games. But the first thing first, we played against our rival, you can say the China, and that match was very crucial. And in that Chinese match our youngsters played in a big role. So let's look at that game also. I'll be taking the game one by one, and then we will go through the games. Just give me a second so that I can get the Pragnananda's game. First game which I want to show you is Pragnananda. He is our bright star. Just give me a second so that I can bring the game for you. Okay. Okay. Okay, this was you can just bring the board over here. See, here you can see already the Pragnananda was white in this game, and his opponent was pretty strong. He is a youngster, and we were playing against China. This game was played on you can see the date also here, 23rd of 8th month, and 2020. Okay, India versus China was there, and the game started with like this. I hope you can see everything whatever I am talking about. The game started with e4. Pragnananda was white. I'll flip the board for you. Okay, this was a very crucial game in selection process. And chess sikhate ho? Yes, I teach chess definitely. Okay, so guys, let's move forward. We'll be looking at a very interesting game played by Pragnananda, and Pragnananda started with e4 e5. One thing about this game I want to tell you that in this match against China, our top players did not play well. Okay, but our youngsters like Pragnananda, Vantika Agarwal, and Divya Deshmukh. They played in a very amazing style, and uh, they won the games for us when it mattered the most. And especially against China, it is a grudge match, you can say. And winning this match was very important. So knight of 3, the games continue with knight of 3, knight c6, d4, knight into e4, d into e5. We'll be going through the initial moves a little bit fast, and then we will see what happens after that also. Okay, so guys, if you are new here, don't forget to like the stream. Okay, so knight d2, knight into d2, bishop into d2, and now bishop e7, bishop d3, bishop g4, h3, bishop went back, and now castles. Okay, until now both the sides have developed the pieces. White has castled in this case, and everything seems to be normal. Black is also developing the pieces, but here, as this is a very crucial match, Pragnananda decided to play in a very aggressive manner. Okay, he decided to go for g4 move in this case. By playing g4, what is he doing? He is attacking the bishop on h5. Now the bishop needs to go back, and now he played bishop to f5 square. Now again, you might ask me, like, why is he playing this move? Because at any point, if black captures on f5, then these 2 pawns will be there on this e5 and f5 square, and black is not yet developed. He is not yet castled in this case, and even if the castling was there, black will not be in a safe position. Okay, so black played c6. He supported the pawn on e5 by playing bishop f4. Bishop captures f5, g captures f5, and now white's pawns are ready to roll in this case. Okay, white's pawns are ready to roll in this case, and black played queen b6. Okay, yeah, black played queen b6 in this case, and now we know this thing that we need to develop our pieces as quickly as possible. And black also understood that playing short castle in this case is not going to help him. He is going to long castle, but Pragnananda already understood that his opponent is going to long castle, and he prepared for it. He played queen e2, so that if opponent plays like this, he is ready to open up the game with c4 move. Okay, and after d into c4, queen into c4, he is ready to open up the game more with b4, b5. The other rook might come on the c file, and now black is going to feel the hit of the game. Okay, so Kartikeya sir, aap chess sikhate ho? Yes, I teach chess. That's what I said. Okay, that's what I said. I hope you got it. Okay, let's continue then. Now here black thought like, okay, he needs to exchange the queens, and that's why he played queen to b4 square. Then Pragnananda was not a player who will be afraid of going into the end game, or queenless middle game, you can say. So he captured queen into b4, bishop into b4, and he played bishop g3 because he wants to safeguard his position also, and he wants to proceed further. So bishop e7, rook f1, bringing the rook in the game, knight c5, and now he doubles the rooks here, trying to do that. Now rook c1, c file is also very important, and first of all he saved this rook coming on the d2 square. Guys, we will be going a little bit faster in this case. I'll come to a position which is very important for us. And now here, after f into e5, the normal exchanges might happen, but Pragnananda saw his opportunity, and he played rook g4, going after the g7 pawn. If the g7 pawn is captured, then the pawn on f file will be a passed pawn, right? Rajkumar, yes, hello Rajkumar, good to see you here. And bishop f6, black is obviously not going to give up the pawn on g7 just like that, so he supports the pawn. The knight jumps to g5 square. Slowly and gradually, you can say, Pragnananda is going to build up the pressure. He is bringing his pieces towards him. राजकुमार, कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है? राजकुमार, आपको चेस का नोटेशन पता है क्या? मे बी आपको अगर चेस का नोटेशन पता होगा तो आपको ये सारी चीजें जो मैं बता रहा हूँ वो थोड़ी थोड़ी क्यों ना हो समझ में आ जाएगी. ओके, बट आपको अगर चेस का नोटेशन कुछ पता नहीं होगा तो देन इट इज प्रीटी डिफिकल्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड. मुझे समझ में आ रहा है, फिर भी मैं आपको एक चीज बताता हूँ कि व्हाट इज चेस नोटेशन इन सिंपल वे. ओके, तो यहाँ पे ए बी सी डी ई एफ जी एच ये पूरे लाइंस यहाँ पे दिखते होंगे. तो चेस में जो वर्टिकल लाइंस रहते हैं ए बी सी, ये जो कॉलम्स है ऐसे, ई कॉलम, एफ कॉलम, एच कॉलम, जी कॉलम, एच कॉलम, ऐसे जो भी है कॉलम्स, इसको बोलते हैं files, okay, and the horizontal ones, okay, yes, horizontal जो रहते हैं रोज बोल सकते हैं, रोज को बोलते हैं फाइल रैंक्स, ओके। तो रैंक्स और फाइल्स का जो कॉम्बिनेशन होता है, उसका जो कॉम्बिनेशन होता है उसको बोलते हैं स्क्वायर। तो यहाँ पे अगर मैं बोलता हूँ कि ये स्क्वायर है तो ये सी फाइल में है और 4th रैंक पे है, तो ये इसका मतलब है C4 स्क्वायर है। ये स्क्वायर जो है वो डी फाइल में है और 5th रैंक में है, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज द D5 स्क्वायर। This square, if you ask me, then it is E file and the 6th rank square. That is why it is called as the E6 square. And every piece on the chessboard उसको एक अलग अलग नाम है। जैसे कि ये घोड़ा है नॉर्मल लैंग्वेज में, बट चेस में इसको नाइट बोलते हैं, ओके, नाइट बोलते हैं। फिर ये ऊंट है नॉर्मल लैंग्वेज में, बट चेस की लैंग्वेज में इसको बिशप बोलते हैं। ये हाथी है, बट हाथी नहीं बोलते चेस लैंग्वेज में, इसको रुक बोलते हैं, R, ओके। एंड दिस इज द किंग एंड क्वीन इज देयर, वजीर को क्वीन बोलते हैं। और बाकी ये प्यादे हैं उनको पॉन बोलते हैं, PAWN। तो हर बार जहाँ पे भी मैं बोलता हूँ कि नाइट यहाँ पे खिला या वहाँ पे खिला, तो आई जस्ट टॉक अबाउट द नाइट, मतलब घोड़ा कौन से स्क्वायर पे खिला, मैं वो बता रहा हूँ। सो आई होप दैट यू विल अंडरस्टैंड लिटिल बिट मोर अबाउट दिस थिंग। तो चलो देखते हैं, मैं हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में बात करूँगा, तो आपको समझ आएगा, ऐसा मैं मतलब, ओके, आई फील लाइक यू विल अंडरस्टैंड, ओके। चलो, so black played h6 in this case, and then knight came to f7 square, rook f8, and now bishop into f6, g into h6, and knight into h6। अभी इतना सब कुछ होने के बाद प्रज्ञानंदा को फाइनली h pawn जो है पास्ट पॉन मिल गया, एंड नाउ एज द h pawn इज अ पास्ट पॉन, ही स्कोर्ड इन अ वेरी नाइस वे। प्रज्ञानंदा के अपोनेंट जो थे, he was also fighting out very hard in this game, but as they say, like fortune favors the brave, Pragnananda showed that he is a brave kid, and he played rook on the 7th rank, king h2। अभी यहाँ पे जस्ट मुझे एक बात बतानी है, अभी फाइनली द पॉन जो है वो पास्ट पॉन निकल रहा है आगे आगे, तो उन्होंने अटैक किया, अपोनेंट सपोर्ट कर रहा है, ही कैप्चर्ड द पॉन एंड ही, दिस पोजिशन सिम्स टू बी अ वेरी इक्वल पोजिशन। पर यहाँ पे अपोनेंट ने मिस्टेक किया, अपोनेंट ने किंग को सेंटर में रखना चाहिए था, उसके बजाय the black started to take the king a little bit away from the main action, and once the king was going away, he started pushing the pawn, because we know this thing that if the passed pawn is too much advanced, then it is going to be a very difficult position for black, क्योंकि black के pawns जो है अभी तक पीछे है और वो आगे नहीं है। अगर आगे रहते तो black को जरूर चांस होता है इस पोजिशन में, बट पीछे है इसलिए कुछ चांस नहीं, ज़्यादा नहीं है। तो white kept on pushing the pawn, and now here he has got hit another pawn, which is a passed pawn. Black cannot really do anything, he kept on pushing it, the pawn went forward, and now there is no check, and here अभी white की idea rook lift, यहाँ पे building the bridge kind of a thing, rook is going to come on f5 square and the pawn is going to queen, so उन्होंने rook से pawn को मार दिया। अभी rook down position black की, and white won the game in a very nice style just by bringing the king in the game, and finally opponent resigned, because अब ये मारने के बाद ये pawn मरेगा, and then white will just win the game because his pawn is going forward, and he will not allow black's king to stop the pawn, he will keep on pushing the pawn forward, and he will queen the pawn. After the queening the pawn, we know this thing how to win the game. So this was the preliminary stage where our Indian team was ranked first by winning against China, and after this we were qualified for the quarterfinals। क्वार्टर तो बहुत मज़ेदार था, लाइक वी वेर गोइंग टू बी प्लेड, मीन्स वी वर गोइंग टू प्ले अगेंस्ट Armenia in quarterfinals, and that match was also very tough match for us because the Armenian team was playing quite solid, and in the first game India won the game, 2 games, and in the second game I'll say it was quite tough, it was a run, and in the end Armenia managed to win the third game also, but the tie breaks were there, and in the tie breaks India managed to beat Armenia in a very great style, I'll say. Okay, so this was a very interesting battle, but in this game we were quite good, and here the quarterfinals were there. But before we go further, I want to show you one of the games which were played in this quarterfinals. Okay, there was some dispute because of the internet, because it was played online, so we can understand the disputes are going to happen, but what can we do when the disputes are there? We can't really do anything. So one game I want to show you, which was a very good game played by our star Vidit Gujarati against Sargasian, Armenian, very strong player. But the way Vidit played in this game was a very solid. He got one pawn, and then he kept on pushing the game. He was not in that much good position, but as they say, like, fortune favors the brave, anything can happen. He was in a difficult situation, but he kept on fighting, although his position was very difficult. So we'll be going through the game very quickly, so just be there. So only 2 students, yes, very few students are here, because chess काफी कम लोग देखते हैं. I don't know why, but let's see how Vidit Gujarati fought in this game. Just enjoy this game. Okay, so let me get the game for you. Vidit, yeah, this is the game. Vidit was black, so we'll be looking at this game from the black side, and it was played in Armenia versus India game. Okay, so game में देखते क्या हुआ. The game started with like this. This is a very famous opening, Nimzo Indian opening, which was played. Okay, I'm a FIDE instructor. Okay, so ed5, cd5. This is a very interesting opening, playing from the black side as well as from the white side, because I myself play this opening from both the sides. Like from the white side also I play, from black side also I play, and I will just say that you can even try it in your games. So the point of showing you this game was this was the first match against Armenia, and here in this match against Armenia, you can say Armenia was playing quite good. Armenian other players won in a very nice style. Our Koniro Hampi lost her game in this match, and then Harika Dronavli won, then Nihal Sarin also won, and in the end the girls, the youngster, our Vantika Agarwal, lost in this match. So everything was kind of going haywire, and on the top board Vishwanathan Anand drew his game against Levan Oronian, and everything was dependent on this game. Like if Vidit Gujarati wins, then we have the chance to win the match, and Vidit Gujarati managed to win this game in a very miraculous way. Okay, okay, in a very miraculous way, because of this win, and obviously with other wins also scored by Nihal Sarin and Harika Dronavli, we won this match against Armenia with a 3.5, 2.5 score. Okay, but because of the dispute in the next round, Armenian team did not play. They protested because there was some internet issue was there, and then the match was not continued. India was declared as the champion of this match, and India was proceeded to the semi-finals, you can say, playing against the Poland. Okay, so here the game which we are looking at here, Vidit Gujarati played bishop a6, then rook a c1 was played, then he captured the bishop. Now white is left with the bishop on d2, which is not that much active. Okay, but it's okay. Even if it's not an active bishop, it can come in the game. It is a solid bishop which is protecting everything in white's camp. So here he played a6, then knight e2, knight bd7. Black's pieces are not in the game, so he tried to bring the pieces, but white plunged his rook on c6 square, because black's move means black wanted to play c5 at any means he should have played c5 in this position only. I feel like that. And if he plays c5, obviously white can capture here, and c5 and d5 pawns are hanging, but black will definitely get some counterplay with these pawns, because the pawns are going to push forward, and it might be interesting position. But we played knight bd7 here, and after knight bd7, rook c6, he played knight b8, and okay, they repeated, but okay. And now white got his both the rooks on the c file, and now finally Vidit played c5, he played b3, queen e7. They captured some of the pawns here, knight g3. White's pieces are more into the game, you can say. Obviously black is not without the bullets. Black is also holding on to his fort because his center is good, but these two pawns are little bit weak, and black needs to do something about this pawns. If it doesn't do anything, then white will be the one who will be taking the initiative also very soon, because the knight on g3 is going to jump on f5 square. So we need to take care of that threat also. If the knight comes on f5 square, then the bishop on d6 and the queen on e7 will be attacked very soon. So here in this case, he played g6, he stopped knight f5 jump, and then bishop a5 came, rook e c8, and now rook to d1. Okay, queen e6, e4, d4, rook e1, knight g4. Okay, again we have arrived at a position where it matters a lot how we are going to proceed, and with it got a little bit edge, you can say, because his pawns are proceeding forward, but white kept his cool. They exchanged couple of pieces here, and after the exchanges, white is left with the bishop. Vidit is having the knight, but then as you can see, the pawn on c5 is not having any supporters behind, means the pawns are not there. The pawn on c5 is being supported only with the pieces, and when this kind of situation is there, you need to play very precisely. And Vidit supported the pawn with rook c6, queen f4 came, rook c8. Now the pawn on c5 is very firmly supported. Okay, now white is also trying to attack it. Queen d2 made back, then queen d7, queen d1, h5. They are progressing. In this case, bishop came, and finally he played c4. But playing c4 did not really help with it, because okay, we can understand that he wanted to play c4 because white was trying to play f4 and knight is being attacked. Okay, Karthik, that's a very nice thing that you are a plus student at Unacademy. And one more thing I want to tell you, that on Unacademy on 31st we are going to have one event. That session will be there, and it is called as the timeout. Okay, creative corner timeout event is there, where not only me but also other educators are going to teach, and you can check the link over here in the description. It is there. You can register for free, and if you register, then you can definitely join any session on that day. My session is there at 9 o'clock. Okay, you can check that out also, that I'm going to teach some of the interesting opening tricks as well as the middle game tricks in that session, and I hope that you will join me. Apart from me, magic is there, which will be done by Suhani Shah, then robotics is there, then poetry is there, storytelling will be also be there, and we'll be having some session related to doodling. So guys, be there on 31st in this creative corners timeout event, right from the morning, that is 9 o'clock. We are going to start, and I hope that you will be there. The link is given in the description. Oh sir, I have registered for that. Okay, that's cool, that's cool. Okay, thank you very much, Karthik, thank you very much. So we'll continue over here. Vidit played c4 move, and now the game is going to get into a little bit muddy waters, you can say. They exchange some of the pieces over here. Okay, and rook into c2. After this, all these exchanges, white is holding on to the position, and for white, the pawn on d4 is a very important pawn. But what happened is that white, means Vidit played a little bit in a different way. He played knight c6, and white got a solid position. He defended it, and by after all these moves, black's position got a little bit exposed. Okay, Yash Singh also, I also, sir. Okay, Yash has also joined. Good to see you, Yash, here. Good to see you here. Good to see you guys. g5, he needs to do something, and the pawn, which was a passed pawn, is gone, and all the hopes of Indian team were hanging on to this game. We felt like, okay, Vidit is pawn down, and Vidit might lose the game or something like that. But as they say, like in time pressure, Sargasian made a huge blunder, that he blundered his queen when the position was in his favor. Okay, they came up to this position. This might be a draw, but he played this queen d7 move, and this should have been a drawn. Okay, to be honest, this should have been a drawn, but he played queen d7, and this was a funny movement. After queen into d7, Vidit won the game. His opponent just resigned, and our team India won against Armenia with 3.5. Now we reached into the semi-finals. In semi-finals, it was much more tougher, because in semi-finals we were going to play against Poland. Poland's team was also very strong, and we played the first match. That game was won by Poland. And after that first match defeat, because in our first match Vishwanathan Anand lost, then Vidit Gujarati also lost, and other women team, that is Konur Hampi and Harika Gonali, they both drew the games. And our Indian youngsters, you can say, only Nihal Sarin won, and all other players, they did not do well. So we lost the game with 2-4. But in the second match against Poland, we managed to win in a very big margin. We won that match with 1.5, 4.5 score. Okay, we managed to win 1.5, 4.5. Yeah. And guys, do you want to check it out? How did that happen? How did India won against Poland with 4.5, 4.5? And after this 1-1 score was there, and then in the end, you can say we had to play the tiebreak. We are going to see that tiebreak game also, which was played between Konur Hampi and Monica. But before going to that thing, we are going to see one game by other players. Now we are going to see our legends game, Vishwanathan Anand game, who played against Duda and Christoph. Okay, so let me get the game for you. Let me get the game for you. Just give me a second. I'm going to get it for you. Okay, this was the game. I hope that everything, yeah, you can read the names over here. On the right side, Duda and Christoph was white and Vishwanathan Anand was black. Just to let you know, this tournament was played online and all the games were playing online, and it was a rapid tournament. So so here Duda has already won the game against Vishwanathan Anand, and Vishwanathan Anand needs to win this game to support the team India. Our team has already lost, and our captain of the team was Vidit Gujarati, a very great thing. Vice captain, I forgot to tell you, he played a very big role in all these quest for the Olympiad gold medal, I'll say. He was Srinath Narayanan. The team was also backed up by other players who had like the coaches and everything. So this was a complete team effort. That's why we reached until this format. And our top players came up at the right time. They came up at this stage, and they played in a very nice way. Vidit Gujarati also won the game. Vishwanathan also won the game. Konur Hampi also managed to win the game, and because of this score, we managed to win the second match against the Poland, and we managed to go into the tie breaks. Because कैसा था, like दो मैच होते थे, जो भी दो मैचेस में ज़्यादा मैचेस जीतेगा वो जीतेगा. बट इंडिया ने पहला मैच हार गए थे पोलैंड से, सो दूसरा मैच हमें जीतना कंपलसरी था. सो इट वाज लाइक द कम बैक मैच फॉर अस, एंड इंडियन टीम वन द गेम. Yeah. I have not started with the game. I was just talking. Now the game starts here. D4. We are going to see this game from the black side. D4, NF6, C4, E6, Knight C3, Bishop B4, E3, and now he continued with. This is the Nimzo Indian opening. Okay. You had a match with Nihal Sarin. That's a good thing. What's a pretty good thing that you played against Nihal Sarin? Yeah. So let's continue with the game. D5 was played by Vishwanathan Anand. They played a very solid opening. We are going through the opening phase a little bit faster, and this is one of the topical openings, I'll say. Okay. Knight C6. He captured here. Queen into C6, F3, and white is already in some kind of a pressure because of this bishop and queen over here. White had to play this F3, blunting this to the both the pieces. Okay, but it's okay. White's other piece, that is the bishop on c1, is not having that many good squares to go around. So he plays bishop b2, knight comes into the center. White wants, okay, white wants means black wants actually to play this. White wants to play e4, but if he plays e4 in this position, then the knight is jumping on e3 square, attacking both the squares. So he needs to prepare for it. Another thing is that if e4 is played, then knight will be jumping on f4 square also. Okay, so here he played queen d2, and after queen d2, Vishwanathan Anand saw that okay, he needs to create his counter play. Without that, he is not going to do anything. And as I said, like, this was a very crucial moment for us, because if we don't win this match, means in our Indian team, then we are out of the Olympiad. We will not get any chance. This is the semi-final match for us, and we have to play very precisely. Okay, means we have to fight in each and every game. So right from the top board, Vishwanathan Anand was fighting it out. He played knight b6, rook f d1. The knight goes to the a4 square. Usually it is said like knight on the rim is a dim piece, like it is not that much bright, but in this position it is quite important to be placed on a4, because from a4 white is attacking on these two squares which are weak squares, you can say. Okay, rook a b1. Now a6 was played by white, and black, sorry, bishop a1. Now the bishop on a1 looks very oddly placed. It is not having that much good square. Guess the next move, you please do not tell. Okay, Karthik, if you want to do that, definitely we can do this thing. I'll be asking you moves at appropriate time. Okay, c4 was played. I'll ask you questions, don't worry. So here we need to open up this diagonal, right? So in order to open up this diagonal, what will you play from black side? Can you please tell me? Can you please tell me? I'll have a little bit sip of water, and then you tell me what to do in this case. See here, whenever we want to break any pawn structure or something, we need to attack that pawn structure, right? So yes, pawn to f5 is absolutely right move. We have to play this move, because if you don't play this move, then how on earth are we going to create any counter play? Because if you see, white's pieces are cramped over here. This bishop is not going to get any good squares in future. At least our knight is holding on to everything, and we need to create our chances on the other side of the board, that is the king side, because our bishop on b7 and the queen on c6 are doing good, but our rooks are not there in the game. Yes, Karthik, you are right about that thing. So here white played into f5, and here it's very important to see that we have to play rook f8, because if we capture here, then what's the point of playing? You are still not attacking anything, and black might even get the pawn here. So that is not something with which Vishwanathan Anand has planned. He planned to play rook f8, but the pawn on f5 is going to fall. Playing g4, it means that inviting further trouble, because your king will be more exposed, means white king will be more exposed. So he plays rook e1. Now knight b6, no need to capture on f5. f5, the pawn is not going anywhere. Now this knight which was sitting on a4 square is going towards the central square. And always remember, whenever it is possible for you, you should try to bring your knight in the center of the board, so that the knight becomes like the octopus knight. It will be attacking 8 squares, and it will be more useful for you. Okay, so I hope that you will definitely do that thing in your matches. And now bishop d1. White's bishops are cramped because of its own pawn, and it is a pretty bad position for white. So here knight comes in the center of the board. The knight is not only coming on the center of the board, but it is also blocking the pawn on d4. Another thing is that it will be attacking the pawn on c3. So white is forced to defend this position. Okay, he is forced to defend this position. So he plays queen d2, and now e into f5. He wants to go ahead, because now what he wants in this position is he wants the e3 square for the knight, maybe if it's possible for him. So white plays bishop c2, queen to d6 square, bishop b2, bishop c6, and now rook e5 was played, f4. By playing f4, as I mentioned, he wants e3 square for the knight. The knight is going to jump on e3 square, and it is said by the world chess champion, the first world chess champion, William Stennis, he used to say that when your knight arrives in the center of the board, that too on the 6th rank, then you can even go to sleep and win the game just like that. Means you can be like that much sure that you are going to win if your knight arrives on the 6th rank or the 3rd rank. Okay, so rook b1. Now guys, can you please tell me, Karthik or Yash, what will you play from black side over here in this position? Which move will you play? I'm waiting for your answer. Let me know which move will you play here. I already mentioned about that move earlier. You can take your time and guess the move. Till that point, I will check out your chat. What you're talking about something else. Okay, I can understand that thing. Okay, I think knight to e3, excellent move. Knight should be played on e3 square. Once the knight will come on e3 square, it will be a great position for black, because from knight e3, the knight will be attacking on f1, d1, c2, as well as g2. Yes, you are absolutely right. And these 4 squares are very important squares in white's camp. Okay, so he plays bishop c1. Now this rook needs to be at exchange. So guys, remember one more thing which is very useful while playing any game, is like whenever it is possible, try to exchange your opponent's good pieces. And how to identify which are opponent good pieces? You can identify that thing by looking at the position and asking yourself one simple question, that which is the piece from black, means your opponent's side, is actually playing or a good role for your opponent. So here you can see the rook on e5 is actually a good rook in this position, which is doing something in this case. It is at a good square, right? So here we need to play the next move, that is rook a e8, in order to exchange your opponent's good piece. Okay, I hope you are understanding what I am talking about. Queen f2 was played. Now this bishop is attacking on e3. So what to do in this case? Which move will you play from black side? Can you please tell me? What is the opponent name? Opponent name is Duda and Christoph. You can read it on the screen. On the left side, Vishwanathan Anand का right side में नाम है, and Duda and Christoph is the white player. Anand is black. Okay. Right side में आप देख सकते हो मेरे नाम के नीचे मैंने दोनों players के नाम लिखे हैं. Okay. Yeah, take your time and let me know which move to play, because the next game which we are going to see is also a very important match, because of this next match which was played by Konero Humpy. We managed to go into the finals. This was the tiebreak match which was played by Konero Humpy against her rightful opponent Monica Soko. Okay, so I will tell you one thing, that हमारा जो अच्छा पीस होता है उसको ऐसे ही एक्सचेंज नहीं करने देने का. It was little blur. There is no blur. I don't think so there is anything blur in this case. You can see me quite properly. Okay, so here black decided to play knight d5, saving the knight, because knight ko dena is not a good idea, because our knight is much more better than opponent's bishop, because this bishop is not going to come in the game because his own pawns are there on his color, same color. Okay, जब भी bishop रहता है और उसके same color में अगर pawns रहेंगे, so bishop, you can say, is not any active bishop. Okay, so the knight came back. Now bishop b2, and now he exchanged the rooks and he played queen e6. Now all you need to do in this position is open up this diagonal. Okay, for that we need to push our pawn forward, then only it is going to happen. And we can also be rest assured that because this pawn is there, rook is not going to come in the game very soon. So the king might go to this or this square, and then we can start pushing the pawn. So here he played bishop c1, bishop e8, because we need to bring our piece in the game, and then bishop e4, then knight into c3 was there, the piece which was hanging. he captured this, and this queen check, bishop g6, and opposite color bishops are there on the board. And okay, you can see that white is having this passed pawn, but black is also having this 3 pawns over here on the queen side. White is having only 1 pawn. So one more thing is that these 2 bishops are there of opposite color. This is the dark square bishop, this is the light square bishop. And a characteristic which is very important about the opposite color bishops is that the side which is having the attack, usually that side gets the initiative, usually that side gets the upper hand in the position. So it is obviously black who wants to create the counterplay, and the way he played is truly amazing. Queen d4, he started his own attack with g5. Vishy Anand is not going to leave any stones unturned, you can say. Bishop d2, now he went on to play g4, f into g4, f3, and now g into f3, rook into f3. By playing g5, g4, he has opened up the position in a very nice way. This was a very thematic way in which Vishy Anand played. Then he played f3 also, and now suddenly you can see, although white's king is although black's king is also exposed, there is no one around black's king over here, but white's king is more in danger because we are controlling the f1 square, the rook is there, this queen is also ready to come in the game, and white needs to defend the position in a very nice way. But okay, he defended the position, but he couldn't defend it for a long time. And queen a7, he could have exchanged the queens, and then he exchanged the queens. And now here, when it felt like this is not going to be there in black's favor or anything, the miracles do happen. And here the pawn started going up, and he stopped these pawns. He played rook d1. Now the rook is being attacked. He played this, and he captured this. Amazing, right? g6 was a mistake by his opponent. And again, as this is the rapid game, he recovered 2 pawns, and then he started getting his king also into the game. He brought his bishop here. He cannot capture on d1. First of all, you should understand this thing. If he captures on d1 at any point, the c captures d1 and the pawn will be queening. So white doesn't want to do that thing. And there were some checks, but finally white got the chance, and he brought the king over to a2 square, all the way from g8 to a2. This was a big journey, you can say, by the king. And then his opponent decided to resign because bishop needs to move here. If bishop doesn't move, then king will capture the bishop, and if the bishop is captured, the pawn is going to queen. And even if the bishop moves anywhere, still the pawn is going to queen. And once you queen the pawn, black is going to win the game very soon. So this is how Vishy Anand won against Duda and Christoph in a very dramatic way, you can say. And after this, the tiebreak game was going to happen between this Koniro Hampi and her opponent was Monica Soko. So we are going to have a quick look at that that game also. Just give me a second so that I can get to that game. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, this was the tiebreak game which decided who is going to be there in the final. We are not going to look at the final games today because it was a disputed match, and many things happened in that match. But this was the main crucial match for us, and Koniro Hampi came up at the right moment, you can say. She rose to the occasion, and when she rose to the occasion, then she showed that why she is one of the best players in the world from India. Okay, so let's look at the game, what happened in this game. We are going to check it out. So here you can already see that from the white side, Monica Soko is there. Plus student does not get creative corner. No, plus student does not get creative corner. You need to do it special. It is a special branch of creative like plus, okay, of UPS or like OPSC or anything, you can say CBSC pattern. You need to enroll for it. You need to subscribe for it separately. Okay, so if you want any discount in that thing, you can use my coupon code which is given on the screen, that is Atul YT10, and you will get 10% discount, guys. Okay, so let's look at the game, which was very important for us. Koniro Hampi must win this game because after winning all other games, India won India lost the first match against Olympiad. India won the second match. So 1-1 score was there. It was a tie. And to break the tie, this means only one team is going to go into the finals, right? So one top player, you can say, from one team is going to play against the top player of other team. So women's team's player Konur Hampi decided to play the tiebreak. It's like the free kick, you can say, but here the long games are going to be there. The blitz games are going to be there. So d4 is started with this game, d4 and f6, c4, e6, g3, d5, bishop to g2, d into c4, knight d2, and queen into d4. Her opponent Konur Hampi is India's best player, woman player right now. She is the one who has crossed 2600 rating. Nobody has ever crossed 2600 rating. She is the rapid women's champion also, means world chess champion in rapid, and that's amazing thing, I will say. She is the mother of kid. She is married also, so you can say like she is the true power of she is the true woman power. She is one of the best players in the country. She is married, she has a kid also. Yes. What can a woman do, you can definitely understand here. So knight g f3, then queen d8 came back. So here although that black got a pawn, but she returned the pawn because she wanted fair play, and also she wanted to have more chances, because pawn on c4 is there, but that pawn is not going to last forever. White is ready to play knight into c4, and okay, you can say like the pawn will be returned and the piece will be developed, but by playing c3 move, she disturbs white's pawn structure. Now the pawn on c3 is a kind of a weakness. Okay, her opponent needs to take care of this thing. Bishop e7, queen c2, then castles, then e4, knight c6, knight c4, knight d7. The square on e5 is very important to be controlled here by black. Okay, now rook d1 was played, then queen e8. The rook was playing on the d5, so she plays queen e8, bishop f4, now e5, and here in this case e5 was played. And now after these exchanges, it feels that okay, black has blundered something, and the pawn is gone or something. But one more thing is there, that after giving up the pawn, here black will be getting some chances, because black's pieces, that is the bishop on c8 and this rook on 8, are not in the game, and this pieces needs to be coming in the game. That's why that pawn was given. Now c6 was played, and the game is also a little bit neutralized. Okay, rook b1, b6, bishop f4, bishop e6. Now both the bishops are developed. The rook on 8 is not going to come. The only problem from black side is the queen on e8. It is little bit awkwardly placed because it cannot come on the d file, and maybe it can come on c8 now, so that this rook on f8 will come in the game with rook d8. Okay, so now here bishop e3, queen c8. As I mentioned, the queen needs to come in the game, and here f4, then bishop was exchanged, and after this exchange, the pawn on e4 is a weakness, so she plays f6 so that this pawn will not come forward. Bishop f4, bishop c5, rook d2, rook d8, and okay, they exchange one pair of the rook, and now rook d8 comes here. They exchange the rook also, and now this looks very interesting position. And now queen d7, a4, a5, everything is blocked over here. There is no check position. The game could have been drawn, but after this queen d1 move, white is suddenly in trouble, because this queen is little bit out of the game, and there are some threats against the white's king. The queen g1 check is coming, and it might end in a checkmating position very soon. So queen c4 check, here e5. This was the last mistake, we can say, because after e5 the pawn on f5 is hanging, and Konur Hampi picked up the pawn with a check, queen c2 check. It is giving the check as well as it is attacking the pawn on f5. King f3 was played, queen into f5, and now each and every Indian chess player was feeling very happy, because we were watching the stream. I was also live streaming at that time. Apart from me, others were also live streaming, and when we saw that Konur Hampi is pawn up in the position, and we have the chance to win this game and go into the finals for the first time in the history of Indian chess, it was a liberating moment for us. So the nerves of steel were shown by Konuru Hampi in this game, and she went on to win the game in a very simplistic manner. Her opponent played into f6, queen into f6. She's pawn up, and how to continue. Okay, when you are under pressure, your opponent is also going to make some mistakes. And white is under pressure, white needs to defend the position. So king g2 was played, and after this queen f7, queen e2, queen d5 check, king comes here, and now king is going to coming in the game slowly and gradually. So king f7, h5, queen e6, queen f3, king g8, bishop d2, queen a2, and now queen f4. Okay, fine, they are playing some of the moves, but now the second pawn is also gone, and with this game is going to get over. They played on to for some time, but the bishop is also gone. Some last tricks in the game, but it is not going to happen anything. And with this black is just piece up. She kept on playing the pawn moves forward, and this pawn is going to queen, and finally she queened the pawn. Her opponent kept on playing till the end, and she just checkmated with the another queen. She was under pressure. She was having only a few seconds, you can say, on the clock, and after queen c1 she won the crucial game, and she managed to win the tiebreak for India, and Indian team qualified for the finals. The finals was not continued completely because of the internet issue and other disputes were there, and in the end, after the dispute, World Chess Federation president decided to declare that India surely deserves to be one of the champion, and also Russia also deserving champion. So co-champions were declared, and India managed to win his first Olympiad gold medal after playing against the Russia in the finals. So guys, all these things which we looked at all the things very quickly. I know this thing, and one more time I want to show you the Indian team over here. This was the Indian team which brought us the gold medal. All these guys, Vishwanathan Anand, Vidit Gujrati, Pental Hari Krishna, then Arvind Chidambaram, Nihal Sarin, then Pragnananda, Indian youngsters, Vantika Agarwal, then Divya Deshmukh, R. Vaishali, then Bhakti Kulkarni, Harikar Dunali, and our golden girl, you can say, golden woman, Konuru Hampi. Amazing team and amazing fit for us. This is the perfect Republic Day stream, I can say, because I got to talk about our Indian team's Olympiad gold quest, you can say, the golden run, which was discussed over here. And before I leave, I want to show you something that just 1 minute, let me give a simple thing over here. I want to get it here for you. Okay, here is the window, and if you go to Unacademy, then on Unacademy you can click on start learning, because we have creative corner on Academy platform where I have different courses of chess, and you can definitely join me there, not only on YouTube but on there. So here you need to go to CBSC. If you click on the CBSC, then this creative corner, we already have 52 courses, and in creative corner the chess courses are there. But apart from chess courses, I'll just show you that in beyond the school syllabus, chess is there, Indian history is there, finance is there, orators means if you are into debating or public speaking, then if you are writing, then book lovers are also there, means the different courses are there for everyone. Animation is there, mobile development, artist, then whatnot, like robotics is there, coding is there, Python, magic is there. And I'll just show you that these are some of the top educators on Unacademy's creative corner. Suhani Shah, Suresh Agora, who teaches magic, means mathematics he teaches. Then Ishan Sharma is there, who teaches software development. Himanshu Arora is there, who appeared on many channels. He teaches how to talk and everything about all those things. Simar Singh is there, who teaches the singing thing, and I am there. This is my profile, and I teach you chess on Unacademy's creative corner. You can see today only we had this best games of Vishy Anand live class, then special classes are there, creative corner plus classes there. We already had a course on attacking chess is going on, then Other course like Build Up Your Chess 101, 102 and 103 is there. Build Up Your Chess Foundation 101, 102 and 103 is going on. Next month also we are going to have many different courses, so you can subscribe to Unacademy's Creative Corner, and once you subscribe, get subscription. It is for 3000 rupees if you go here, but if you go for more number of months like 6 months, 12 months, 12, it will be less months and less cost. And one more thing is like you can use my coupon code, that is Atul YT10, okay, and you will get 10% discount also. You can check it out here. See, your fees will be reduced, 10% will be. So the more number of months you go, more will be affordable for you, and you can learn many things, not only chess but other things also. So guys, do subscribe to Creative Corner, Unacademy's Creative Corner, and enjoy chess and other things with us. Okay, I hope to meet you there on Creative Corner. And with this note, once again I will say Creative Corners, this timeout event is there on 31st of January. Do register for it. The link is given in the description, and many interesting things are going to happen on 31st. It is absolutely free for everyone. All you need to do is like click on the link given in the description and fill up the registration form, and my session will be there on 31st at 9 o'clock in the morning. Hope to see you, all of you there. Till that moment, take care.